Hey guys, a bit more goings on at the old Japanese farmhouse. That front wall there obviously needs a bit of attention, as does this side wall around here that adjoins, among other things, the toilet and the bathroom and the kitchen. So there's mains power coming in here, there's water coming in here, there's gas coming in here, so there's pipes and cables and bits and pieces all over the place. There's a vent there for the toilet, there's stuff all over the place here, and the wall itself obviously is having a few problems of its own. So it all needs a bit of attention. It's not really a major high visual part of the house. It's sort of around the side a bit, so most people don't usually see around here, but obviously needs a bit of attention. The old mud wall there, it's the mud wall with the bamboo inside, and it's starting to fall apart in a few places, as you can see. Down the bottom half there is the same mud wall, but it's been coated with a bit of concrete, which is in reasonably good condition, but it all looks a bit doesn't it? All looks a bit average. So the plan was just to tidy it up, repair the damaged bits a bit, and make it a little bit more presentable and a little bit more durable, particularly this part here where the mud wall's starting to collapse. Once they start to fall apart like that, it gets worse and worse really quickly, so something needs to be done. That's a vent there that goes into the toilet to vent the toilet with an electric exhaust fan. So first thing to do was to make a board. Usually the best thing, you can see that room there actually has got mud walls as well. Sometimes you can save them, and sometimes it's just better to sheet them, just cover them with ply. And in this case it was better just to sheet it, so just lay down some glue and then cover it with a piece of ply, make a hole that's just the right size for that air vent, and that solved it then. We won't have to worry about it collapsing any further. And then underneath we have to do the same thing, so cut a little triangle for that part there, and a whatever shape that is next to it, a rhombus. No, it's not a rhombus, we decided that last time. I don't know, it's that shape there next to it. So again, glue, just some glue and some big screws, and we've got to hit the bamboo with those screws. So just putting the screws into the mud isn't going to do any good, so we have to work out where the bamboo is on the inside of the wall and make sure those big screws hit the bamboo and pull that ply in nice and tight to keep it there, because the glue won't work real well on that mud, of course. So yeah, there's a power cable here. They just string them out, just string the power cables around the walls. So just a matter of just tidying these up a little bit. We removed a couple that weren't being used, and the ones that were being used just rerouted them so they're a bit neater as much as we could. We're still left with a few there that we don't really like, but it's just the way it is. That was some sort of chimney that was made of pottery, of clay pot chimney that had been cut off and then roughly filled, which left a big lump. So we had to cut the lump back, make it a bit more smooth so we could cover it up. So I don't know, he had some sort of fire inside. It might have been for heating water. They used to do that, little wood heaters to heat the water, with a chimney coming out through there, went up through the roof. So anyway, smoothed that out, sheeted it up, the magic battery drill. And again, important to find the bamboo in there. You know if you miss it, because the screw just turns in the dirt and nothing happens. So you need to make sure that it grips. The screw goes in and finds the bamboo and grips. And then some of this mud wall was still in good condition, so what we've got here is a sealant. It sort of looks like milk, actually. It doesn't look like it would do much good, it just looks like milk. And you put it on the wall, makes the wall wet, but then when it dries it seals and makes the mud wall actually quite solid. Not solid, just stops it being crumbly. They get a bit sort of crumbly and powdery. When you hit them with that sealant, it tends to give you a better surface, so then you can paint over the top. So sealed up the mud walls that were still in reasonably good condition with the sealant, and then got the spray gun out and started with the brown. So trying to stick with the same colours we went with on the other parts of the house you saw previously on the outside there, the brown and white, but we're just going a little bit differently here because the style here is a little bit different. So those of you who've seen the videos of inside the house will recognize that style with the wood there and the sheets. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to have the wood's going to be brown, and then in between is going to be white, which is sort of the old style Japanese. The old Japanese style was really black and white. So the flat parts were white, and then the wood was brown, of course. So it's a little bit different because we've gone with the, instead of black and white, we've gone with brown and white. But again, it doesn't really matter. Just trying to make it look better than it was. It was just looking all untidy and messy there. So just make it look a little bit better. So out with the roller onto the white. Would have been nice to be able to spray that as well, but that just starts to get a bit silly then if you're trying to spray in between the brown with white. White and brown are so different. Something we did learn with all this too is overspray. You see there where the brown's been sprayed down the bottom of the wall. See there's lots of overspray there? That's on purpose, because if you've got two different colours like this, if the line between them isn't exactly perfect, it doesn't really matter if you've had overspray. So in other words, when you look, you want to see brown and white, or brown or white, nothing else. So if you don't overspray, you end up with little gaps where there might be a different colour altogether, and then you've got three colours, and then it starts to look no good. So that's why with the brown there, we've let it overspray so that it's well and truly covered where we want it to be, and it's oversprayed onto where the white goes, and then we just put the white over the top so that you end up with two colours and nothing else. You don't end up with little bits of plywood visible or little bits of mud wall visible. It's all black or it's all white, or it's all brown and it's all white, and that seems to work the best. Seems to be the good strategy. So that went on for a couple of days. So up to the before and after already. Here's the before. Yes, cables and pipes, and here's the after. So again, it's not perfect, it's still an old house, but this makes it a little bit more pleasant to be around, and also preserves it all. You don't have to worry about those mud walls crumbling now that they've been dealt with. So bit of an improvement. We'll move on to the next project now. Got a few more projects left to go. More videos coming soon.